So you're starting your first week in Stardew Valley, huh? Okay. I hereby condemn you to forever want 5 gold parsnips, but only get silvers. In all seriousness, hi everyone. It's been, it's been a little while. So today I wanted to bring you a video to the table that covers everything you need to know for your first 7 days of playing Stardew Valley. It's a bit of a content switch up, and honestly the only reason why I'm doing it is because I like the game. Regardless of whether you're a veteran with 4,000 hours in programming socks, or just starting the game for the first time, I promise this video will be informative. So without further ado, the first... On day 1, you inherit a farm from your grandfather. It's really sad, actually, because he's, like, dead, I think. He's dead and shit. So, you wake up in your house with a gift laying in the middle of your room. It's your first 15 seeds. All parsnips. I've never eaten a parsnip personally, and anyone I've ever met who has eaten a parsnip has been an asshole to me. I'm sorry if you like parsnips. You can take a look at the TV as a beginning to the day, as this will tell you what your daily luck is and what the weather is outside tomorrow. We'll talk more about this later. When you go outside, you'll notice your grandfather might have been rich enough to own an entire property, but he was absolute shit at cleaning. But that's a-okay, because you have all the tools you could ever need to do some yard work. Introducing axe. It chops trees and wood. Scythe. It chops weeds. And other axe. It's actually just a pickaxe. When you're done cleaning up the place, your second step for day 1 could be to plant some crops. It doesn't have to be, which is the beauty of Stardew Valley, but it's kind of the point of being given 15 parsnip seeds in the first place. Unless you're one of those psychopaths that would rather sell the 15 parsnip seeds for 4 cauliflower seeds. In which case, I see you, you are heard, you are not valid. Once you're done planting your seeds using your hoe, it chops the ground. It's time to fucking watering can. It waters. Yes, you have to water each individual plant. No, I'm not kidding. Yes, this gets easier because of tool upgrades, which I'll cover later. No, it is not a short process. And congrats, you've planted your first crops. The first day is pretty much free for you to explore around, as planting crops is all you can really do other than be social. One of the first quests you'll notice is to talk with all 28 villagers. Good luck finding all of them though. This isn't super important to rush on your first day, so just explore around and enjoy yourself. You'll need the relaxation for day. When you head to bed on the first night in the farm, you'll be greeted the next morning with a message from Willie. He's gonna give you a free fishing rod when you get to the ocean. The only catch is having a lovely chat about how he was born in the wrong generation or something like that. Well, anyways, once you're done talking, you can whip that thing out and fish away for the entirety of day 2. To start out your fishing journey, you can either fish in the ocean, the river, or the lake, but I'll go ahead and cover more about fishing in day 3. So day 3, if you've been paying attention to the TV that I told you about back on day 1, it's the first rainy day of Stardew Valley's first week. This allows you to skip out on an entire day of watering and instead keep going fishing. Yeah! I sure hope there aren't any extremely difficult challenges awaiting me on the journey to the river today. Other than Pierre's shop being closed on Wednesday, preventing you from buying any seeds, the catfish makes its first appearance in the river if you dare to attempt to catch it. I personally have a vendetta against this fucking fish, because anytime I start a world and we get to day 3, I and all my friends go out to fish for the entire day at the river trying to catch catfish, and I have no luck and all my friends get 2 to 3, and it drives me absolutely fucking insane. Some people are better at the fishing system than others, and this is probably one of the best times in the first week to really hone in on that skill, because the catfish is one of the most notoriously difficult fish in the game to catch. And if you can manage to catch it, or some harder fish in general, it pays an absolute bankroll over the course of the entire season. Overall, I'll talk further about the fishing system, the mechanics, and fish in general in a separate video, so if you want to see that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But let's go ahead and skip to day 4. Day 4 is the day where if you haven't bought any crops from Pierre's, you should seriously consider doing so. Buy things like cauliflowers and green beans, which both act as good at early game crash crops. You can spend the day fishing here as well, just buying stuff from Pierre's shop, or exploring around and talking to people, on your way to one of the most important days. At this point, you may have seen a boulder blocking the path to a mine shaft up by this lake. If you have, congratulations. You will now be subjected to the 5 stages of grief. Anyways, this mine is the combat portion of the game, and also the mining portion of the game. You can essentially choose between mining or fishing for the remainder of the early game to make the majority of your money. But you can also use determiners such as the luck and weather for the day, but overall, these two are the best way to make money on a day-by-day basis, without having to wait for crops to grow. Mining in Stardew Valley is a very interesting path to take, where you essentially navigate downwards, climbing down these ladders, and trying to reach as far as possible while gathering as much ore and gems as possible. Try your best to get to either floor 10 or 15 on the first mining day, as the elevator fast travel saves on every 5 floors. The next couple of days aren't too different at this point, so I'll just go ahead and do a quick wrap up. At this point in the week, you'll probably have a decent amount of crops grown, cultivated your first parsnips, and can plant your first scarecrow, which is essential as it prevents your crops from being dug up, and explore most of the map. Day 6 will be a pretty important day as you will unlock the community center. This community center is the baseline of progression in Stardew, as it allows you to complete bundles of specific items for increasingly useful rewards. This place also acts as your main progression in Stardew's story as well. Chip away at each individual bundle as you like, and keep racking up enough gold to afford luxuries such as the backpacks at Pierre's shop, the strawberries later on in the season at the spring event, the egg festival, as the strawberries are one of the best cash crops in the game for the spring, and just overall talking to as many villagers as you can. If you get your reputation and your relationship up with them, you'll never know what truly comes in your mailbox the next day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you feel like supporting me, check out my Patreon and my Discord server down below. I promise you won't regret it. Also, feel free to subscribe for some more Let's Plays, commentaries, and guides in the future if you stayed this long. Which I'll assume means that you liked the video. If you didn't, I don't know, send me death threats in the comments or something.